it's not just about focusing in the moment, but it's about the preparation to focus that you've done before. We've been calling it getting ready to be ready to be ready to be ready. So we talked about how if you are focused upon what's going on in your experience and you are letting what's happening, how others are feeling or how others are behaving, set the tone for your vibrational stance, then sometimes you are ill-prepared to hold steady to who you really are. You let something else set the tone. But it's important to know that no one can upset your vibration if you haven't practiced it being upset quite a bit. You're not holding steady, holding steady, holding steady, holding steady, and then all of a sudden, law of attraction is broken and giving you something entirely different than what you've got going on. So if you've been feeling good, if you woke up feeling good, and you usually do, and you focused yourself into appreciation, which is not hard to do when you first awaken, and you took care of yourself by refreshing, get something to eat, get something to drink, meditate, take care of yourself, get some momentum going about feeling good. And if you've done that day after day after day after day after day so that you are naturally steady, then you've got better shock absorbers, so to speak. Then things that might ordinarily upset you wouldn't upset you. Or even when they do, because things happen, things that you're not expecting surprise you. Someone announces something to you that you weren't expecting and it throws you off a little bit. But the question is, how far off does it throw you? And the answer to that question is, how steady were you before? How steady were you before something threw you? Because if you're steady, it doesn't throw you very far. And the solution comes easily into your mind. It's possible for you to be interacting with someone who's way out of whack. And since you're not so much, while you might feel the discord, your introduction into that experience or into that vibration would only serve to focus you. It wouldn't throw you off your game because you're way past blaming others for the way you feel, and you're way past being problem-oriented. You're solution-oriented all the time, looking for the solution, looking for the solution. And so there's nothing really more inviting for a solution-oriented person than to see, oh boy, a problem. It doesn't even upset you that much because things are easy to tweak into place when you are in alignment, not so much when you are not. So the question is, are you fanning the flames of the problem? Are you making the problem worse? Or were you in the receiving mode where the solution came easily to you and the remedy is right there too, you see? The first and most important thing that you have to do is you have to take responsibility, or credit might be a softer word. You must take responsibility or credit for what's happening in your experience. And by that we mean by how you are feeling. Now, we've been talking about thoughts turning to things, about vibrations turning to thoughts, and those thoughts gathering momentum, and then that momentum eventually coming to a manifestation. But it's nice to acknowledge that in the early stages of manifestations, the first manifestation is an emotion. So that's really what you want to pay attention to. What is my earliest of manifestations when I am entering into an equation that includes other people and maybe other beliefs? Maybe they've already got momentum going. Because if your emotion is one of, I'm solid and I'm clear and it's going to be all right, then you are going to hold your own during whatever is taking place. But if you go immediately to anger, if you go immediately to being upset, if you go immediately to fear or dread or insecurity, then you're just going to have to ride it out. But in the process of riding it out, you're going to launch more rockets of desire, asking for a more steady life experience, which is what you really want. And so once you understand that, it just takes some practice, yes? You see what we're getting at? if you've decided that you're going to feel good today and that you know life's going to go on, things are going to be happening around you. People who are very well-meaning are often going to be making decisions on your behalf that might not set well with you. In other words, people aren't out to get you. And yet sometimes when you get crossways with yourself and so you're not feeling good, it feels like there's a power that is working against you, and there never is. There is never any power that is working against you. It is only you not being in the receiving mode to experience the manifestation that is natural to you. Does that make sense? It's such a wonderful realization when you no longer feel any need to control the circumstances around you in order to control the way you feel. It's such a wonderful respite from the impossible task of trying to control the uncontrollable. It is our expectation that you will find yourself again and again right in the middle of a big mess, right in the middle of a great big vibrational mess, right in the middle of knowing so clearly what you do not want. But you won't feel the same tension that you felt before, because you will understand that you are doing the important and perfect step one part of the equation, and that you are asking with stronger fervor than ever before, and that in this mess that you are living in any moment in time, that you are launching rockets of desires, and that your vortex is expanded, and that your vibrational reality has become more, and that your inner being is on it in a way that it has never been before, and that you have a new opportunity for realizing, for receiving the vibrations that will turn to thoughts and the thoughts that will turn to things on every subject that matters to you. Which means you have to come to realize that you have source energy flowing with you and aware of where you are in every moment in time and where you, more importantly, are in relationship to everything that you've already become. We want you to know that your inner being has already bridged that gap between your belief and your desire, and you can't maintain a belief that goes against your desire and ever feel anything less than negative emotion. We think it is such a wonderful thing when you're moving through your day-to-day experience and you walk into a situation which is the remnant of past energy that has been flowed by you, and that you experience things unwanted and you know that they're unwanted and you're having an emotional reaction to them and throwing your own little fit in varying degrees as you attempt to control the conditions, which you never can. So you're having this knee-jerk reaction to this. And while you're having this knee-jerk reaction to this, your inner being is knowing something so important. Your inner being is knowing that you are expanding in this moment, and your inner being is knowing exactly how to lead you from where you are to everything that you want relative to everything that you've ever lived. Your inner being knows that as you've lived this moment and many others like them, that you have carved out a very specific statement of who you are and what you want and how you want to live and be in the world. Every intention, some of which you were born with, some that you've come along on your physical trail as you've been moving through time and space with others. So you've launched these rockets of desire, and there's a vibrational reality that your inner being knows full well. And your inner being knows in every moment where you stand in what you want to call your now in relationship to all that you have become. So as you begin to put together the things that you've been hearing from us and others, and the things that life has been helping you to understand, you come to this clarity, this newfound clarity that goes like this. I'm a human being, but I am far more than that. And as I have human experiences, I'm launching rockets of desire to cause my human experience and that of others around me to be more wonderful than ever before. And if I stay in the mode of just exploring what is already created, my satisfaction factor will wither away as time goes by. I will become despondent as I look at things I can't control. I will feel uneasy as I see groups of people seemingly come together and moving in directions that are not comfortable to me. I will feel inept and incapable as I find myself feeling powerless, or I find myself in confusion about what to do. Your inner being knows that even though you may be feeling some of those things or all of those things in great degree or in slight degree, your inner being knows that there is a vibration of clarity and knows what the path of least resistance is to help you find that path of clarity from where you are. Your inner being wants you to be out here in the world, not hiding away from the discomfort of things you can't control. Your inner being wants you to be out living robustly in this world and having those experiences that are maybe even causing you some negative emotion. But in the knowledge of what negative emotion means, and in the understanding that you can close that gap and come into vibrational harmony with who you are and all that you want, when you have knowledge of how to subtly understand what's going on within you energetically, and you have tools to do what you need to do in order to come into full vibrational alignment with all that you are, then you can be out in the world. You can listen to the diverse points of view. You can pay attention to the things that are going on with no fear or risk of losing yourself in this vastness. You're going to come into your full power, and it is our desire that you not just know it intellectually, not just know it conceptually, but know it because you feel it moment by moment. There is something so satisfying about clarity that comes from alignment. And there is something so satisfying about getting ready to get ready, to get ready, to get ready, to get ready. Most humans think, here I am standing over here with things I don't want or without things that I do want, and it feels like such a big chore because I've not been able to do it yet to get to a place of satisfaction relative to that or that or that or that or that. And you make it such a big jump. You make it feel like it is so impossible to get to because this much time has gone by and you haven't found it, or this many things have happened and you haven't found it. But what we want you to understand, and it is our expectation that you will, we want you to understand that it is a simple vibrational tuning that you have the ability to understand and to apply. And as you begin reaching for the satisfaction of simple alignment, of the satisfaction of simple alignment, not the full manifestation, just the satisfaction of simple alignment. And once you are willing to let the satisfaction of that simple alignment be enough for now, once you are able to say and mean it, I'm getting ready to get ready. And your friends will say, well, what does that mean in terms of the things you want? And you'll say, it means I'm on the way. And they'll say, well, how do you know if you cannot see them? And you say, I know because I'm getting ready to get ready. And they'll say, well, when are you going to get all the way ready? And you say, that is irrelevant to me. The only thing that is relevant to me is getting ready to get ready. Well, how do you know that you're ready to be ready? I feel satisfied where I am now. What? What's wrong with you? You're satisfied with where you are now when there's no evidence of what you want? Oh, there's evidence of what I want because I can feel satisfaction as I'm getting ready to be ready. But why do you claim satisfaction when there is such a gap between what you say you want or you say you are and what you are manifesting? Because I am using a different criteria. I'm using the criteria of conscious, vibrational awareness of alignment. I'm paying attention to my emotional guidance system. I'm finding contentment and satisfaction, and I'm letting that be what I'm reaching for because I'm understanding that if I'm able to maintain for as little as 17 seconds, a thought that gives me even the slightest feeling of contentment, that law of attraction will begin adding momentum to that thought, and to that thought, and to that thought, and to that thought, until in time there will be enough momentum in my vibrational frequency that something more than the emotion of satisfaction will be mine. A thought will occur to me. A thought will occur to me that is so loud and so pure that I can't miss it. And the satisfaction factor of that thought will be so intense that I will know that I'm on to something, and nothing will dissuade me from the satisfaction that I feel because I know that I'm getting ready to be ready. And for right now, that's enough. And they will say, something is very wrong with you. And you'll say, I know, but I'm getting ready to be ready. I'm